Greetings and welcome to Edu-Ca-Te. If you had watched our previous video introducing exactly what an atom is, you are at the right place because today we're going to be going deep and further as to exactly what is contained within an atom. So an atom contains these things called valence electrons. So that's what we're going to be focusing about here. Valence electrons. So what are valence electrons? So valence electrons are these electrons found in the outermost shell, outermost shell or orbital. So this is the definition, or this is how we define what is valence electrons. So these are called valence electrons. So these electrons are found in the outermost shell or orbital. So remember last time we discussed what a shell is in an atom. So we discussed that a shell is this orbital, these things, these round like structures which are surrounding the nucleus. So here in the orbitals we discussed that we get the negative charges, which are the electrons. So now we know exactly what is contained within those orbitals. Now we can determine the valence electrons. So since the orbitals contains just electrons generally, so it contains these things called valence electrons. So what are valence electrons? These are these electrons found at the outermost shell. So what does outermost mean? So outermost, it just means is this shell that is here in the outermost area. It means it is more exposed than this one. This one is inside here. So these are inner electrons or core electrons. So here we're going to not be focusing on core electrons, but we're going to be focusing on the valence electrons. So these are the electrons that are exposed here, that are found in this shell that is the most furthest to the nucleus. If you can see the distance here, suppose we say that the distance between these and these is 5 meters, and then the distance between the nucleus and this is 2 meters, then here we would have to simply say that this one is the most furthest from the nucleus because this one is 7 meters away from the nucleus. I'm sure this can be kind of confusing for some people, but then here you can see that from here to here the distance is longer than from here to here. So we are relating these two orbitals to the nucleus and we are comparing them at the same time. We can see that when we are comparing this and this one is the furthest. It means it is far apart from the nucleus. So this is how we determine exactly what are valence electrons in a certain atom of an element. So when you go to an atom of an element and you notice that you have got maybe, I don't know, maybe three electrons like represented here. Let me just wrap that off. You've got 3 electrons. So it means the 3 electrons are going to occupy the first shell. Remember, as we discussed in the previous video, that the first shell can hold a maximum of 2 electrons only. So it means the second one will hold a maximum of 8 electrons. So you can see here we've got 3 electrons in total. This is a lithium atom. This is a lithium atom. It has got 3 electrons, 3 protons, and 3 neutrons. So here this is lithium and we have got 3 electrons and we want to represent them. We have represented here by first putting the 2 electrons into this first shell, which can cover only 2 electrons, and the second one can cover 8, but then it has got only 1. So here, if they were to ask you what is the valence electrons of a lithium atom, so why did we say that this is lithium? Is because we can rewind back to the periodic table. The periodic table states that lithium here has got an atomic number of 3, so it means the number of electrons in a lithium atom is equals to 3. So here the lithium has got 3 electrons. So remember to go back if you didn't understand the concept of electrons or how to calculate electrons, protons and all that, you should go back to that video just for more clarification. So here you can see this is the lithium atom. We've identified that from the periodic table. How did you identify? It's because of the atomic number, which is the number of electrons alongside the number of protons. So here this is a lithium atom, so the valence electrons of this lithium atom is 1. This is 1 valence electron. Why do we say that this electron is valent? 1 valent electron. So why do we say that this electron is valent? It is because it is found in the outermost shell. So remember, by outermost shell, we just said is this shell that is the furthest from the nucleus, which is meaning that it is far apart comparing to all other orbitals. It is far apart from the nucleus, so it is called the outermost shell. So this is the outermost shell. Outermost shell or outermost orbital. So if you are going round and round with this thing, you find only this electron and nothing more. So it means that it has got only 1 valent electron. So this is how you determine the number of valence electron of an atom of an element. Thank you for watching.